from underneath of a dryer because I bring you all of me at all times. Hey, everybody. I am Lolita E. Walker. I am here for our power powwow. Yes, these 10 minutes are going to be right here under the dryer, but come on into the room. I cannot wait to see you. Come on in. Listen, today we are talking about, are your strengths being underutilized? Are your strengths being underutilized? And I think the answer for most of us is going to be absolutely yes. And so I just want to talk about that a little bit, give you some thoughts and some things to think about. Hey there, hey, to everybody who's coming in the room. I see we have some folks here right now. Yes, I'm under the dryer. Yes, I wanted to commit to you. Yes, one of my strengths is making sure I show all the way up, and I'm showing up for you guys today. I thought about, should I push this off? I'm going live in 3 places, but nope. One of my core strengths is vulnerability as well. So, hey, Stacy, how are you? Hey, Sandra, wonderful transparency. Absolutely. This is the transparency of it all. Great morning to you too, Miss Lynn Luckett. I appreciate you. Listen, today in these 10 minutes, I wanted to talk about, are your strengths being underutilized? And what would you say? Some people would say, I'm living in my strengths every single day. And I believe that I live in my strengths every single day too. But when I really dig deep down, I know that there are some strengths that are being underutilized. And so I just wanted you to challenge those things today, and let's talk about it. The first core thing is knowing what your strength is, right? Knowing what your strengths are. And I do this powerful exercise, which I've done in our private Facebook group, Coaching, Cocktails, and Conversations. Come on over if you haven't been there. We don't have enough time to do it today, but the power is really knowing what your strengths are and then saying, how am I going to lean into those strengths so that I get what I want, right? So that I get what I need. Yes, showing up under the entire dryer. I know, the entire dryer. But wait until you see the end product, right? Clarity plus confidence equals the commitment of how we show up. And you have got to be confident in order to make sure you can show up under the dryer on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube, which is going to sit forever in 50 days, right? Do you know your strengths? So I love, if you are listening in right now on the live, if you are listening into the replay, go ahead and type it in too. It is, what is one of your core strengths? Let's talk about it. And then let's think about how we can lean into that a little bit more, right? One of my core strengths not only is vulnerability, hello, the lean in. The other one is showing up. But one of my other core strengths is being organized. Being organized. How am I leaning into that differently? Right? I'm organized in some facets of my life, but not all of them. And as I think about it, because I didn't pre-plan, how can I better organize my days, my moments, so that they can help me to lean into where I absolutely want to be, business wise, personally, professionally, and overall in life, because I can do some work there. Um, so, hey, Mr. Power. Mr. Power said, you're a beautiful human, and one of our strengths as humans is being vulnerable. Absolutely. Right. But far too often we're not vulnerable, right? Oh, look, hi from Egypt. Hey, thank you so much for popping in. We're talking strengths today. We're talking, what is one of your core strengths? And I'd love to hear it, right? Lynn Luckett said one of her core strengths is being an effective communicator. Being an effective communicator. So, how are you leveraging this powerful communication skill set to really help you in your day today? How are you leveraging that? Miss Luckett, I'd love to hear from you on that. And see, here's the other thing too. When I do the strength exercise, I typically ask, what's one of the core strengths that you have? And then how do you know that you're a powerful communicator? I'll use Lynn Luckett as an example. How do you know that you're a powerful communicator? Well, I happen to know her and have worked with her. Actually, we're doing this amazing project right now for my book, Can We Talk? We're creating a teacher's edition and a student's edition. So if you know any high schools that would love for us to come in, it's been so powerful. And we just went to a school in Ohio last week. We did it virtually, but it was, you guys, so powerful. Lean into the last episode, 2 episodes ago, when we talked about, can we talk your impact, right? Lean into that. And Stacy and I are on together, and we're talking about your impact. But what if your impact was based on the strengths that you have? And sometimes we don't recognize the strengths that we have, right? Sometimes we're not using all of them because we haven't yet recognized it. And sometimes it takes other people to tell us the strengths that we have, because we don't believe them right away. Have you ever been there? Um, what are my core strengths? Yes, Sandra said, what are my core strengths? And to know and trust that. So Sandra also said, how do I identify my strengths? Ooh, such a great question. You identify your strengths, according to Lolita E. Walker, by asking, right? Sometimes we don't know. So ask somebody, what is a core strength that I have? What is the strength that you think I have? And then not only what is it, but how have I demonstrated it? Right? Ask somebody and ask multiple people. Because in the strength exercise that I do with folks, I ask them what is the strength that they have and then how have they demonstrated it. But one of them is, what is the strength that your friend would say that you have? What is the strength that your significant other would say that you have? And then you have to ask them, um, how do you know that? How do I show up in it? I didn't even tell you guys, I'm at the hairstylist, which you could already see. But my stylist is here. Say hi, Terry. Hello. She actually is going to be, this is her third retreat she's done with me, right? The third retreat that she has been a power guest, a power facilitator there. And she really is talking about, skin. She's talking about hair. She's leaning into one of her gifts of educating. And at my retreat, she not only, leans in on her strengths of education, but also leans in on her strength of cosmetology, of skin, of really helping you to look good on the outside, but also look good on the inside. And we have these amazing interactive power sessions where we're making things that will really help us. So I say that because I want to ask her, what's one of my strengths? Terry, what's one of my strengths? She doesn't know I'm going to ask. What's one of the strengths you think I have?
I think one of your strengths is the fact that you can listen to somebody and pull from them what they need to help them grow.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And how do you know that?
Because you've done it with me.
I love it. So she said, one of my core strengths, in case you guys didn't hear, one of my core strengths is that I'm able to pull something from someone that they don't know is already within them. And she knows it because I've done it before. I've done it with her. I've done it with other people before. Right. So when you know that, typically when you pull your strengths, it's because somebody has seen you do it in others. So the question today is, are you using that strength for yourself? Are you underutilizing it because you have yet to leverage that strength for you? That's the question for today, okay? Lynn Luckett said here, she said, I use my ability to communicate to lift, impact, and change. I know that I am effective because people say so. And I am afforded the opportunity to see the end result in people's lives. I am often sought out to pour into people personally and collectively. I love that Lynn Luckett is doing this with us because she's making herself vulnerable. And the power of the strength is to ask, how are you now leveraging that strength, right, that you do for others so eloquently? How are you leveraging that for you, like to power you? That's what the question is today, right? So Sandra said, my core strength is in supporting others. My weakness is in supporting others. Oh, I love the awareness of that, Sandra. Today, what I want us to think about is how now supporting others, Sandra, how can you now support yourself? How will you support yourself? How will you commit today? Today, I will support myself in this way. How can you do that today? How will you do it? And I can't wait for you to tell me by the end of the day, what did you do? Right? How how do I pivot that strength? Oh, ooh, so good. How do you pivot that strength to work on the inside of you? For you, is that you take that strength of being able to serve others, to be able to help others, and you intentionally affirm that you're going to do it today. How do you do it? Is to do it. Okay, today in my walk, today, I haven't yet started my day, but today, I know that I serve others. I know that I help others. I know how I've shown up in that, which means I can show up in that for myself. How do I know that? Because I've demonstrated it so many times, time and time again. That's why the power of knowing your strengths, everybody, is not only knowing them, but how you demonstrated them. Because in those moments when you think you're not able to do it, you're like, but wait, I did do that already. I've done that time and time again. Yes, the way to do it is to do it. The way to do it is to recognize that your limiting beliefs will be subside. They will subside because you've already demonstrated it. Does that make sense? Yes. Lynn Luckett said, one of your strengths is the ability to reframe language and to put words to emotions that are difficult to convey. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And here's the thing is, I believe it and I know it because I've seen it. Right. And so sometimes, Lynn Luckett, this is a perfect example. Thank you so much for that. Is because sometimes people tell us our strengths and we're like, well, have you ever been there? When you're like, I mean, I do that. I don't really see that. Somebody tells you you are a powerful communicator and you're like, I don't think so. Ask them, well, how did I show up in that? Believe people when they tell you the greatness that you bring to the table, and oftentimes we don't. So, are your strengths being underutilized? Likely they are. So, even if you say that they're not, I'm not here to tell you yes or no, but what I am here to do today is to challenge your thinking and to ask you to consider today leverage your strength to pour into you. What if you're able to do that today? Right? What if you're able to do that today? I love it. So there you are. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to say thank you all so much for being here. And I will see you all tomorrow. And you, guess what? My hair will be a little renewed and better. So thank you guys so much. And thank you for being vulnerable and to leaning in with me. I appreciate you. Bye.